Hi guys, 18 Dap here and welcome to episode 2 of Comment of the Week. It's a good one, let's get the video started. So welcome to episode 2, and this week's Comment of the Week comes from YFL Liverpool. He said on last episode of Comment of the Week, great video, well as always. What's your best Doncaster Rovers all-time 11? Anyway, I'm glad you posted again. I told some people to sub to you, so big thank you for getting the channel out there. And what a question that is, my all-time Donny 11. It's taken some thinking about, it's taken some putting together, but let's get into it. So I've looked at it from players that I have watched. So there's none of the old boys like Alec Jeffrey, Sid Bycroft and that in this team. It's from when I started watching as a young lad up to present day Rovers players. There's some players that you guys might think should have been in this team, but for me, this is just my personal opinion on my best Donny 11. So in goal, one of the tougher positions to allocate, I've gone with Neil Sullivan. What a keeper he was. It was around at the time that we started climbing up the leagues into the Championship. Won a number of promotions with us, Johnson's Paint Trophy, and for me it just gave the defence so much confidence. A great keeper. Sticking with a 4-4-2 theme, it was the easiest way to do it. We'll move on to the left and right back, and for me these two great defenders, great wing backs, Jimmy O'Connor on the right, George Friend on the left. So two different eras of Doncaster players. George Friend moved to Middlesbrough, played at a high level for a long period of time, and Jimmy O'Connor, one of the better players in the squad that got us up to the Championship as well. On to the two centre backs. So I've gone with Matty Mills, currently at Forest Green I believe, and the Corporal Rob Jones. Another couple of positions which were difficult to allocate. Some very good defenders in there like Butler, Foster, Mark Albrighton, some great centre backs. Played for Donny while I've been watching them, but for me, Mills, great on the ball when he played for us, and Jones, he just commanded absolutely everything and gave 100% every single game. So for me, back four of Friend, Mills, Jones, O'Connor, with Sullivan just behind them in goal. Moving on to the midfield, I'm going to start with the right mid and left mid. I think everybody knows who's going to be at the right mid position, Mr. Doncaster Rovers himself, James Coppinger. But left mid, bit of a curveball from me. I'm going with Michael McIndoe, and reasons for Macca, it's got to be them nights in the Carling Cup. When we were back at Bellevue, he ripped Premiership teams to pieces. He was unplayable on his day, and for me I felt that he could have played at a lot higher level, but number of off-field issues that were reported in the media, don't know how true they were, but when he played for Donny it was unreal to watch. Great player. And Cops, it is going to be a very sad day when he hangs his boots up, still producing moments of class even now, and we are going to struggle creatively when he does decide to hang them boots up. So Cops, don't you dare ever hang them up. And centre mid, very tough to allocate these. I have gone with a player who's still currently at the club, and again a player who was with us as we got up into the Championship. I've gone with Brian Stock and Ben Whiteman. I think Whiteman is one of the best centre defensive midfielders we've had. He breaks play up so well, and Stocky, he just runs the middle of the park. I've been lucky enough to play alongside Stocky in the charity game, and he has still got it. He can still control the pace of the game. Unreal player. I'd have hated to come up against him at his peak because he was fantastic on the charity game. So for me, midfield, left McIndoe, right Coppinger, and then middle two of Whiteman and Stock. And finally, on to the strikers. So not as tough a position to give for these two as elsewhere on the pitch. I think our two best strikers in recent history in terms of stats, for me, John Marquis and Billy Sharp. A lot of people not fans of Marquis, but for me, he scored goals, and that's what you want from a striker. Put the effort in every single game. Yeah, toys went out of the pram a lot of the time, but for me, that shows passion and commitment. Some people liked it, some people didn't, but he made the team for me. And alongside him, Billy Sharp, picture there of that goal that I think pretty much every Donny fan will never ever forget, for many reasons. Fantastic goal, but reasons off of the pitch make it feel a lot more poignant, and what a striker he was. Fantastic for the club. So yeah, it was a great question. I've enjoyed looking back at some of the players, and it was tough to allocate only 11 places. There's some great players. I've got some honourable mentions on this slide. Like I said, I've gone with players who I enjoyed watching from when I started supporting the Rovers. Vicky in the background there. So the guys who my granddad mentioned, like Harry Gregg, Sid Brycroft, Alec Jeffrey, didn't make the squad, but some of these guys in here, very, very close to making the team, and there were some great players. You'll notice no players on there from the experiment back in the kind of 2008, I think it was. There were some good players in that squad, but for me, they just didn't play with any heart or any desire. So I've just tried to ignore that season, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for the comment. A great comment. Really enjoyed looking back and trying to put my best 11 together. You guys may think differently. You may think some of them guys shouldn't be in that squad. Let me know in the comments down below who you would replace. You might replace all 11. I don't know. We will see. But that's it for this week. A big thank you for the comment. Don't forget, put your comments in the section down below, and you may feature in next week's comment of the week. If you've enjoyed this, big thumbs up for us, please. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It is very much appreciated. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.